Good morning. Welcome to the hands-on session on function overloading in Python. Let us discuss an example. We take the vehicle is a base class and the vehicle class consisting of the data members. Model is the object data member and the vehicle model is a method to display the vehicle information. From the vehicle class, we want to derive the bike class and we want to override the method vehicle model in the bike class. Similarly, we want to derive the car class from the vehicle class and we want to override the vehicle model. And similarly, we want to derive the aeroplane class from the vehicle class and we want to use the vehicle model is available in the base class, that is the vehicle class. Let us discuss how to define the classes for the vehicle, bike, car and aeroplane. Here we want to define the vehicle class. So for that reason we use the vehicle is the class name, and here in the constructor is we take the model is one of the object data member of the vehicle class. Whatever the value we pass to the model, that is assigned to the object data member of the vehicle class. And here we want to define the vehicle model. In the vehicle model, we want to display vehicle model name is it is a static string, and what is the value is existing on the particular object model attribute. So automatically it simply displays the vehicle model name is the model of the particular object is simply displayed. Now we want to create the bike class. It is derived from the vehicle. For that reason, here we are in the class bike. Within the parenthesis we give the vehicle. That itself indicates that the bike class is derived from the vehicle class. So automatically it inherits the model is the object data member, and similarly the vehicle model is the method is inherited from the vehicle class. Here also we define the vehicle model. That itself indicates that we override the vehicle model method, and here in this one we want to display the bike model name is self dot model. That is here in the vehicle model in the bike class we want to display bike model name is the model of the particular bike. Now we want to create the car class. For that reason, here we are using the class car within the parenthesis vehicle. That itself indicates that the car class is derived from the vehicle class. So automatically the car class inherits the attributes of the model as well as the vehicle model, and here we define the vehicle model in the car class. That itself indicates that we override the vehicle model method in the car class, and here we want to display car model name is the name of the model here we want to display. Similarly, we want to define the aeroplane. For that reason, here we are using the class aeroplane of vehicle, and here so automatically the model is the object data member is derived from the vehicle, and similarly the vehicle model method is also be derived from the vehicle, and here we are not define any data members and member function. That itself indicates that vehicle model method is not overridden in the aeroplane class. And next we want to define the vehicle info is a method. In that vehicle info method, it takes the vehicle object, and whatever the object we are passing, we simply calls the method of the vehicle model. So for that reason, here we use the def is the function definition, and the vehicle info is the method name, and the vehicle object is takes as a parameter, and it simply uses the vehicle object dot vehicle model, automatically it simply calls. Now here we create the Scooty is equal to bike of Honda Activa 5G. That itself indicates that Scooty is an object of the bike class, and the Scooty object model attribute consisting of the Honda Activa 5G. And similarly we use the statement car is equal to car of Hyundai Sports. That itself indicates that car is an object of the car class, and the model object attribute consisting of the Hyundai Sports. And similarly we are creating the Boeing is equal to aeroplane of Boeing. That itself indicates that Boeing is an object of the aeroplane class, and the model attribute of the Boeing object is Boeing. Now we are using the for each object in Scooty, car, Boeing. Initially each object is representing the Scooty, later car, later Boeing, and here we are using the vehicle info of each object. That itself indicates that first it simply called the Scooty object info, so automatically it simply displays the Scooty class, that is the bike model name is Honda Activa 5G. Later it calls the car object vehicle info. For that reason it simply displays that car model name is Honda Sports. And we are using the, later it uses the Boeing. For that reason it simply displays that vehicle model name is Boeing. So based on the object, which class object we passed, its related method is executed and output is displayed. In the previous example, we discussed about the vehicle class is a base class. From the vehicle class, we derived the bike, car and aeroplane, and bike and the car classes we override the method vehicle model, but in the aeroplane class we use the vehicle model. Let us discuss on another example. We take the shape is a base class and the shape class consisting of the two methods, one is the area and another one is the perimeter, and the area and perimeter is used to calculate the area of the particular shape object of the shape, and similarly the perimeter is used to calculate the perimeter of the object of the particular shape class. And let us define the rectangle is a class that is derived from the shape class. In the rectangle class, we want to add the two object data members, one is the width and another one is the height. And here we need to override the methods area and the perimeter. Actually, the area and the perimeter of the methods are derived from the shape class, but here we will need to override the area and perimeter methods. And another one is we want to derive the circle class from the shape class, and in the circle class we add the object data member is the radius, and based on the radius we want to define the methods to calculate the area and perimeter, and here the area and perimeter is also override in the circle class. Let us discuss how to create the shape, rectangle and circle class. Now we want to create the shape class. For that reason here we are using the class shape, and here we define the two methods area and perimeter, and here we are not defined any functionality of this area and perimeter. Later we want to create the rectangle class. For that reason we are using the class rectangle of shape, that itself indicates that rectangle class is derived from the shape class, and here in the constructor of the rectangle class it takes the width and height of the parameters, and what is the values we pass in the width and height, those are assigned to the object data members of the rectangle class. For that reason we are using the self dot width is equal to width and self dot height is equal to height. Here we want to define the area method in the rectangle. So here in this one we want to display the area of the rectangle is a constant string followed by the self dot width into self dot height, that is it simply calculate the area and that information is simply displayed. We want to use the perimeter. We want to define the perimeter class. In that perimeter class we simply display the perimeter of rectangle is 2 into width into height. For that reason here we are using the 2 into self dot width in plus self dot height. So automatically it calculates the perimeter. Now we want to define the circle class, and this circle class also derived from the shape. For that reason here we are using the class circle of shape, that itself indicates that the circle class is derived from the shape class, and here in the constructor of the circle class it takes the parameter is the radius. Thank you for listening. And that radius value is assigned to the self dot radius, that is nothing but the radius is one of the object data member of the circle class, and what is the parameter we are passing, that is assigned to the radius object data member. And now we want to define the area and perimeter of the circle class. For that reason here we define the area. In that area method we simply define area of the circle is, already we know that to calculate the area of the circle is the pi r square. For that reason we are using that to get the pi value we use the math.pi into self dot radius double star to, that is nothing but we are calculating the pi into radius square, or it is also represented as the math.pi is multiplied by self dot radius into self dot radius. Similarly, we want to define the perimeter method. In that perimeter method, we are using the perimeter of the circle is, already we know that the perimeter of the circle is the 2 pi r. For that reason, we are using the 2 into math dot pi into self dot radius. So, we defined the perimeter and area methods of the circle class. Now, we want to define the shape type is a one of the function. Here in the shape type function it takes an object, shape object, and we simply call the methods of the area and perimeter. So automatically we define the shape type. Later we want to create the object of the rectangle. For that reason, rectangle object, that is the object name of the rectangle, and here we are using the rectangle of 10 comma 20. That itself indicates that it simply creates a rectangle object, and in the rectangle object the first parameter is representing the width and the second parameter is representing the height. So automatically in the rectangle object the width value is equal to 10 and height value is equal to 20. And similarly we are creating the circle object is equal to circle of 10. The automatically the circle object radius attribute value is 10. Next we are using the for each object in rectangle object comma circle object. So automatically initially it representing each object is representing the rectangle object, later it is representing as the circle object, and here in this one we want to call the method the function already defined shape type of each object. So it simply calls the rectangle object area and perimeter, later circle object area and perimeter is simply called. So automatically we are able to get area of the rectangle is 200 and perimeter of the rectangle is 60 and area of the circle is 314.159. Perimeter of the circle is 62.831. Thank you for listening.